Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening, I'm glad you guys are here. Today we've got a really interesting overview of a little Vosteed knife. I didn't get to experience the original, but this is the mini and it's really cool. Before we jump into it, I do want to give a shout out and a thank you to the channel members. Thank you all. And I want to give a thank you and a shout out to anybody who comes in, checks out the knife, the EDC content. I appreciate your view. I appreciate your time. If you're so inclined and you haven't had a chance yet, if you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon, it will really help me out. So this is the Vosteed Labrador. If you guys saw the unboxing, Vosteed sent this out for me to check out, give them my kind of insight, my thoughts, and let me do a review on it. And it's a small little knife. I did not get to experience the Vosteed Labrador, but as you guys know, the Vosteeds that I've purchased, which were the nightshades, the raccoons, both the cleaver and the regular raccoon, my little nighthawk or nightshade crossbar lock, and then they sent me a corgi, a Corsair, and a Dachshund, and all have been amazing knives. And a mink, excuse me. I picked up a mink at Blade Show, the fixed blade, when it was still a prototype, and they sent me one out to check out and see what they did with the sheath, and I thought it was just a great EDC fixed blade. Well, this guy, when it came to me, I was expecting it to be G10 and 14C 28N. It is, however, titanium frame lock, which was a surprise to me, titanium clip, which works great, we'll get into that in a second, and this thin, slicey little 14C 28N blade. This is the black version. There are a couple of other versions as well, but this is an amazing little, very affordable, what I would consider kind of a medium high-end knife. The steel's good, the titanium's fantastic, it feels good, it has blade geometry that is fantastic, full flat grind, therapeutically slicey. I apologize, guys. It's also very pokey. Could be a splinter digger if you needed it to be, but it's a smaller knife. So we'll do some size comparisons in a second. Again, I did not see the original size Labrador. It wasn't I didn't know it was around. But this drop point blade is very, very elegant. The plunge grind comes back pretty far, to where with a blade so thin and geometry so good, you've got several good sharpenings there. You've got a flipper only deployment where you've got 3 little grooves, 4 jimps, which let the knife fire open regardless of if I'm on the lock bar or if, like when I open a frame lock, I'm on the clip. Either way, it fires with a light switch action pulling down. It also fires equally with a push button, pushing that straight in. You've got fantastic access, even though it's a smaller knife, to this lock bar. You've got a nice pass through here. You've probably got a 1/16 of an inch of that lock bar sticking up above that show side. Very clean. You've got 2 pieces of hardware to put it together. You've got a small lanyard tube. You've got a little titanium backspacer. You do have a little bit, I believe, of weight relief. Maybe not because it's so thin. Let's see. Solid scale, solid scale. So these little titanium scales are solid. We'll get a weight in a second, but they're not milled out, which they don't really need to be because, again, the knife is so small. But to give you an idea, it goes in and out of pocket very, very well. And today I'm carrying another small knife. This is the Berg Blades Mini Sweeney. And this is the Vosteed Mini Labrador next to the Mini Sweeney. So it's a little bit smaller than our Mini Sweeney. let's look at it next to our Civivi Baby Banter. And as you can see, it is going to be a little bit larger than our Baby Banter. Let me grab this, because there's no need to show it against a bug out, because we know it's going to be smaller than the bug out. So let's look at a mini bug out, to which it's a little shorter than, what would you call that, a 1/4 inch. And we can look at it next to the mini Griptilian, which I think will put it about in that same range. So yeah, it's going to be between the Civivi Baby Banter and the Benchmade Mini Bug Out. So if we were going to translate that to real-time measurements, we would say this little knife is going to clock in right at 6 1/4 inches overall, with a 2 3/4 inch blade and a 3 1/2 inch handle. Where I grip the knife, if you're going to call the flat to the flipper tab, that's 3 inches. 3 inches from right here to right here. However, plenty for a 3-finger knife. I can get a full 4 on it. No blade play, no up and down. Very, very well put together. I've not broken it down yet. Right at a 2 3/4 inch cutting area on that 14C 28N blade. Again, which is, if I can do this without cutting myself. It is definitely a hair popper, guys. I'm just not hitting it at the right angle. But super, super slicey, super sharp. I love the black wash blade. It drops shut. It's running on bearings. I need to take it apart and see what size bearings to see if I want to skiff it up, because it does look like a very simple construction. You'd simply take off the clip screw and you take out the pivot screw. You've got a T6 and a T8, and then it would come apart, I would assume, very simply. It does have a nice detent ball, has no detent lash whatsoever, and has a very sure-firing flipper tab. I'm a big fan. Let's get a quick weight on it, because it is, like I said, non-milled, and then I'll show you how thin that blade is. So you're coming in at under 2 ounces, 1.95 ounces for a 2 1/2, 2 3/4 inch blade. So yeah, if you're looking at the ounce per inch, this has got you covered. Coming in at under 2 ounces, your blade's roughly 2 3/4. Let's real quickly, let me show you how thin the handle is. I think I can get you an accurate measurement there. So the handle is going to come in well under 1/2 inch at 0.37. If we take that clip depth, you're right over 1/2 inch at 0.53. If we look at that blade stock, which is exceptionally thin, it's going to come in at 0.098. And behind the edge, where I can get it, which is not by any means scientific, is going to come in at 0.0120. See if I get something consistent down here. 0.0125. Yeah, so a super thin, impressive little knife. Ideally, if I could say I would love this knife if it was just maybe, let's see. Again, this is just wish list. This is not even really nitpicking. So if this is almost 7, let's say we'd want this 7. I would think if this knife was 7 inches or 7 1/4, it would be just a little bit better for me. However, it is a small, either primary office carry or a fantastic 5th pocket knife. Very elegant, very well constructed. I love the stonewash, black wash titanium. I love the stonewash, blackwash blade. I love the thin geometry. The sharpening choil is very adequate. I'm typically not a flipper only knife guy, but you guys know I've purchased several lately. The detent ball looks crisp there. Like I said, I've not taken it apart. I've not done any maintenance on it, but I think it's a winner, guys. Comes in, if I'm not mistaken, at under 70 bucks. I'll have to check that. I will link this to Vosteed's website, and then again, retailers will also have it. But guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope you found it informative. Again, another win for Vosteed in my opinion. And guys, please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for that guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. And please choose debate, not hate. I love y'all. Peace.